Hayden, you're going down this week. I can feel it. This is my week.
But it's a dog. Good morning. This is week 6.
We're in week 6 now. I don't even want to talk about the score, Hayden.
I do.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I don't want to. I don't even want to talk about last week's games.
Yeah, I know why. You lost only by 1.
Yeah.
But it's a dog. I thought I got outscored.
She let me down. All right, let's get into last week's games. So the first game that we picked was Washington and Stanford, and I actually got that one right.
But that wasn't you. You don't really get the credit, but Coco picked it.
That's true. That was a surprise.
You would have picked Stanford if you were the one that was doing that.
I probably would have, because I had no idea if Washington was any good, but I think.
Well, now we know their talent.
Yeah, now we know they're good. So the next game on our list was Oklahoma State and Texas, and congrats, Hayden, you got that one right. I thought Texas would win, but you're right. Oklahoma State's lost to Baylor. Didn't really seem to bother you very much, and so next, Tennessee and Georgia.
And did you see the end of that game?
What a game. My goodness. Now, and I said last week that when Coco picked Georgia for me, that I didn't like the pick because I picked Georgia a couple times before and they let me down. And they did it again.
It's for me, it's like they're lucky.
They did it again. They blew the game. They had the game won. They blew it. But nevertheless, it's another game that you beat me. I mean, you got it right and I didn't. Next, the
lowest scoring game.
Yeah, the one game that I hoped I would get wrong. The one game I hoped I would get wrong, I ended up getting right, and Michigan beat Wisconsin 14-7. That was a really good game. It's good to see good old-fashioned Big Ten football games. I really enjoyed watching that game. I wish it would have went the other way though. Another really good game from week 5, TCU and Oklahoma. I, of course, picked TCU.
And you down.
Coco let me down again.
Coco.
This game was crazy because Oklahoma was up by a ton. And it looked like they might blow it in the fourth quarter. The TCU scored 22 points in the fourth quarter or something like that. And Oklahoma almost blew it, but they ended up pulling it out. But you and I talked about last week that Oklahoma, we believe they're a pretty good team, and they looked pretty good in that game. And lastly,
the surprise.
The big game of the week, Clemson and Louisville. I shouldn't say the big game of the week. There were several big games. This was the biggest game of the week. Clemson defeated Louisville 42-36. We both missed that one. We thought Louisville would win, and they didn't.
We just don't know Clemson's talent.
Apparently. They got it together for Louisville. They looked sluggish a couple weeks before that, but
when they were playing Troy, they didn't look very well.
That's true.
And now they beat number 3 Louisville.
So anyway, here's a recap of our week 5 picks and how we did. Once again, Hayden defeated me, and so he's now winning 5-0. Now you realize if you keep this up and you keep winning week after week, we're not going to have a show because I'm going to be mathematically eliminated after a couple more weeks if you keep this up. So
maybe I might lose one on purpose.
Nah, don't do that. All right, so here we go. This is week 6, and we've got some decent games lined up for this week. Hayden, what's first on our list?
Texas and Oklahoma, ranked number 20. I'm going to go with Oklahoma.
Me too. I think Texas looked good early on, when they beat Notre Dame, they looked really good. They've kind of been really so-so since then. And I think Oklahoma got the confidence they needed by beating TCU. I think they'll easily handle Texas. Okay, what's the second game, Hayden?
LSU playing number 18 Florida.
I'm going to go with Florida.
Yeah, me too.
And that's really all I have to say about that. Okay, next, I really look forward to this game. Number 9 Tennessee against number 8 Texas A&M. This should be good. Hayden, who are you picking?
You want Texas A&M? They haven't let me down yet. I'm not taking any chances with Tennessee. I'm gonna go with Texas A&M right here.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good pick, and honestly, I think this game could go either way. I'm going to go with Tennessee. They've been playing pretty well, and I think that they're going to be. They have a lot of confidence coming off of that win against Georgia, the way they won that game, and I think they'll carry that over into this game against Texas A&M, and so I think they'll win. What's next?
What's next is 25 Virginia Tech and 15 North Carolina.
And who are you taking?
I'm taking North Carolina. I don't know how they made it all the way up to 17 after the first game of the season losing to Georgia.
I'm also going to go with North Carolina. I spoke about my thoughts about Virginia Tech several weeks ago when they played Tennessee. I just don't trust them to win, I guess, and so I'm going to go with North Carolina. Number 5 on the list is number 1 Alabama against number 16 Arkansas. This game could be really interesting. Who are you taking, Hayden?
No, I want you to go first.
You want me to go first? I'm going to take Alabama. Alabama tends to lose a game during the regular season that they probably shouldn't lose. This could be that game because Arkansas has been playing really well. But, at this point, I need to play this conservatively because you're kicking my butt, and so I'm going to go with Alabama
just to get the win.
Because that's the safe bet. So I might regret this later, but I'm sticking with the safe bet. I'm going Alabama. And you?
I'm going Arkansas because they've been playing pretty well the past couple weeks. I think they can pull off the number 1 rank.
I'm not going to question your pick anymore because when I questioned you about Auburn a few weeks ago, that backfired. So, good for you.
Don't question me.
All right, Hayden, what's the final game for Week 6?
23 Florida State and 10 Miami.
I'm going Miami. I think Florida State has been exposed. I don't think they're very good, and I think Miami will beat them. Who are you taking?
Same. I'm picking Miami.
Any thoughts about that, or you're just taking Miami? Okay, so there's a recap of our picks for Week 6, and Hayden will probably win again, but we'll see. Hayden, any last thoughts for Week 6?
Yes. About the Miami Florida State.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, you know how Louisville was ranked number 10 playing Florida State? Now Miami is ranked number 10 playing versus Florida State.
It's an interesting point, although Florida State has fallen pretty far since then. Okay, so that's all we got for this week. Again, make sure you subscribe so that you will see all of our picks, and we'll catch you next week.
Now I'm going to go take another nap.